Yeah, check this out right here. This is a cactus. It's cacti. Okay, so there's a part in Acts where it says, where Jesus comes to Paul in a vision, and he says to him, "It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks." And this is what you would consider as a prick. Um, a lot of times, a prick is someone who's kind of gives you a hard time, or it's normally got a bad meaning to it. But when Jesus said it, it's different. It was a good thing there, because Paul basically was. I think he stoned Stephen, and I mean stoning someone was a punishment for blasphemy. Uh, so this saint who was persecuted to death, and he was even praying for the people that were killing him. Uh, that was Paul kicking against a prick. What happens when you kick a prick? You know, you get a splinter. Uh, it does more damage to you than it does to the prick. If you just keep your distance from the prick, it can't do you no harm. But if you dash into it, you may destroy the prick, but I believe you'd probably end up with some damage. In other words, you're marked. It's kind of like when Cain killed Abel. He was pricked. Uh, it's it's basically like, in a way, a person who's spiritually minded and is one of God's servants. He's just like that. So whoever comes against them, they damage themselves to they gotta take damage to take them out. And in a way, like I said, it's you're marked now. That blood, that blood guilt of Paul, you know, for stoning the man that was innocent. So basically, he killed the guy, and then he had to pick up where that guy left off. And that's really how we should be. We should be just like that. It's like, look, I ain't attacking no one. Uh, I'm just trying to just stand. It's like, if you don't, like I said, if you keep your distance from the pricks, they can't prick you. But it's basically like the blood. It's like when they talk about the blood of the. It's like, which one of your father, or which one of the prophets did not your fathers kill? That's, they were also pricked. It's like a cactus basically, in a way. And what is a cactus? A cactus is this plant that exists in an environment that's very dry. There's no water. And Jesus is known as the living water. So in a way, you can think the people who have that living water. And right now, we are in such a time. I mean, it was the end times when that happened, and that was 2,000 years ago. Like Ezra says, if time was a bucket of water, all that was left is drops. And that was 500 BC. So I heard this guy, he was talking about the special prayer and the special armor. I mean, but you got the put on the full armor of God, but he was talking about the special armor. It's almost like, go look at the shredder. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if a whale tried to eat the shredder, or a shark. It's like, he's gonna get messed up. And he was talking about this shape shifting totem spirit, this white snake, that it just robs you of joy, of peace, of your blessings, of your peace of mind, and it always kind of scapegoats someone else. It makes it look like someone else whenever you're looking. Where just when it's right there behind, man, just wreaking havoc. And basically, he was speaking on that. It's hard for thee to kick against the pricks. Uh, so there is special people out here, like who are meant to be martyred for their testimony, and it's like they are the pricks, and the people that persecute them and deliver them up are, it's like those people who their fathers killed the prophets. It's like even their children were kind of marked by these pricks. Uh, Once again, and also a cactus is like this. If you're in the desert and there's no water anywhere, you can cut open a cactus and extract just enough of the juice, the dew out of it to keep you going. So I mean, there's another. Jesus is he is the water from the rock, the Meribah, which means quarreling. Everyone was quarreling at the time about how are they going to get water, and God did that to kind of to show them. It's like, look, man, trust in me and stop complaining so much, and it's like in the unity is a big thing that we should be able to attain with each other, but yet it's like Jesus says, I come to bring a sword, and it's just that's division. It means everyone's divided, and I mean, so there's certain it's good in certain senses to be divided from the people that persecute the saints. So and that's where you need that sword of the spirit to discern who's who and what's what. But it's like even though if you're part of the body, remember, man, Jesus is the head, man. He's the conductor of this symphony, and I don't know. It's just a good. This is a good visual to explain to you what a real, true, modern saint, prophet, whatever, however you want to explain it. They're like a cactus. You know what I'm saying? If you don't harm it, it won't harm you. Actually, uh, if you're deprived of living water, it you can get a little dip of your tongue, to keep you going until you can you know get to a time where where the living water is more abundant. But in these days, you need to have that cactus mindset where it's like whatever little bit of that living water which is out there in the world, absorb it into your body, absorb it into your spirit, and it also it keeps it just it's every to be a prick. Everyone gets their personal space if we all operated that way, and no one would ever raise a hand to someone else because it would be futile. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, even though you can't see some of these believers who are armed with these pricky garments, and because it's a spiritual garment, and they're out here just kind of like they're sheep amongst wolves. But see, God done equipped these sheeps with this spiritual invisible armor that it's actually like the shredder, like whatever takes a bite, it bites back. So and it's in Acts. It's hard for thee to kick against the pricks.